Hi everyone, welcome back to Inside Richmond Real Estate. I'm Kaitlin.
And I'm Danae, and today we're going to be covering the question that everybody asked about, how to get a property for the least amount of cash out of pocket possible.
That's right. We're going to be breaking down a few strategies to get you into your next home. We're going to go over some grants and some programs, and these could work for first-time home buyers or even repeat buyers. All right, Danae, can we talk about the low down payment or even the no down payment programs?
Yes. So starting with the famous FHA, that is going to be 3.5% down. Most people opt for this, but there is some conventional programs right now that are 1% down, even 3%, only 3% down, and having no PMI. So we definitely don't want to discount those, but the big game changers for people who do qualify are VA and USDA loans. Both of these types of loans, you don't have to have any down payment at all. So it's 100% financing.
And let's not forget about seller concessions. So in this case, the seller can actually pay for some or all of your closing costs. And this is a big one because you pretty much get to ask for how much ever you need
up front, like on the contract. So, going in, you can offer $350 and ask right away for $10,000 in closing. Now, another great tip is going to be looking at some foreclosures or some fixer-uppers. So a lot of times you can look and you can see properties that are in fairly good condition, maybe just need a little bit of TLC, and they are well below what the neighborhood normally sells for. There's also off-market properties. So off-market properties are properties where maybe the seller doesn't want to go on all these websites. They just want to have it kind of spread out word of mouth. So we actually have access to a lot of off-market, just being in the business and networking so much. We've established tons of relationships with people where we can provide off-market houses, and tons of times they're way discounted. Like even today, we got one in Chesterfield. Normally the houses go for $330,000. Well, right now this is for sale for $240,000. So that's a huge savings that these potential buyers can get. And that's not to say that they can't still use their grants, because they can purchase something off market and still have a traditional inspection period and all those kind of things, just depending on the deal.
Yep. So I think one thing buyers struggle with is getting into their perfect dream home, and that stops a lot of people from buying. So we like to call this your nest egg home, your starter home. There's a lot of different words for it, but essentially this is the home that you get that might be a little bit too small, out of the area you wanted, and it's just not what you were imagining. But that's okay, because the way homes are gaining equity in Central Virginia is actually insane.
So I agree. I actually personally did this with my home. I was looking everywhere in the area that I wanted, and I could not find it. I wanted to be semi-close to my parents, so they could help me sometimes with my son and stuff, but I couldn't find the exact area I wanted. So I still was in the same county, and I bought a house that had orange paint. I don't know if you remember, but it had orange paint. The laundry room was purple. The bathroom was black.
Oh yeah, the downstairs bathroom.
The downstairs bathroom was black, but it had the space that I wanted, and it had, the 2 living rooms that I was looking for, but I knew it needed a little bit of work. So I bought that house for $275,000. I put about $38,000 worth of work into it. I know that sounds like a lot, but I'd already been saving, and I actually purchased a little bit below what I was looking for. So I was able to fix up the bathrooms. I kept my cabinets in my kitchen, but I did change it out for granite. I put granite countertops, And I actually got to keep the appliances because they were still stainless steel, but I I changed out the light fixtures, and I actually had the appraiser come back out, and they got to take off my PMI within a year and a half of me actually having that house, because they could see that the value had gone up. And now we're talking 4.5 years later, and my house is worth over $100,000 more than what I bought it for. So I know, yes, I put in a little bit of money up front, but even so, as is, there's still at least $50,000 increase in equity, and that's just in 3 years, 3.5 years. So I definitely advise people. We call it buying at the bottom of the market. So when you buy a house at the top of the market, the house is already fixed up. It is to the T. It is at the top of what the appraisal could come in at. Buying at the bottom of the market means that it means maybe a little bit of TLC. Maybe the bones are great, but it's not as updated as what you had imagined, like you talked about. And you decide to put in that work when and if you have the money to do it. You do it slowly, little by little, and little by little, the house that wasn't so appealing to everybody turns into your personal dream home, because you got to pick out all of those little touches that make it that much more of your dream home.
Exactly. So Danae would be the perfect candidate for this. She could actually go out and buy her dream home right now. I don't think she plans on moving anytime soon.
No, not with the interest rate so low.
She could definitely do it, and it's a perfect example. And you don't have to buy that high. It could be a lot cheaper than her numbers, and you also don't have to put work in.
Yeah, you don't normally have to put in. I just felt like before I really settled in, I was gonna bite the bullet, and instead of putting so much money down, I was able to put it into the house. But even so, I got it reappraised and got that money back anyway. So
and then again, mostly cosmetic, right?
Yeah, mostly cosmetic.
So the bones were great. Yes. So there is so many ways to buy your home for less, between negotiating concessions with the seller, low down payment programs, grants, and so many other ways.
Yes. So if you are ready, or you're starting to think about buying your first home, or even, upgrading your starter home, you have your nest egg and you're ready to move forward, definitely reach out to us. We would love to help you. I'm Danae Dobler. My Instagram is Danae the Realtor, and my phone number is below.
Exactly. And I am Kaitlin. My handle and my phone number are below. Thank you guys for tuning in today, and